My fellow Starbros, welcome to this cast of Starbow. In the bottom left corner, spawning as the yellow Zerg player, we're gonna have our Zerg hero Typhoonpro. He has not played Starbow in a very long time. He's recently returned to play a little bit. And it's good to have him here. Anyone who's returning to Starbow, we're always happy to see. Is the sound set in such a way that okay, good. Good. In the bottom right corner on this map is going to be Teddybear. And it's going to be very interesting because this map is Ride of Valkyries. And Teddybear is actually the guy who ported this map from Bird War to Starbow. And then I added some aesthetics to it. And that's basically how this map came about. So he's kind of playing on his own map. And what is he talking about there? I'm just kind of curious. Oh yeah, okay, so Typhoonpro is giving Teddybear some regard for his good play that he's been seeing. Teddybear and Franskar just played a game that Day 9 casted, or not really casted, analyzed in the Day 9 Daily, and Typhoonpro was impressed, so that was good. So we're gonna see. Oh, did Typhoonpro beat Violet? That's pretty good. Oh, okay. Teddybear's gonna go ahead and be annoying while they chat. This is incredible. I could never do this. He's gonna cancel that again. Ooh, Typhoonpro's gonna get this chance to put up, but he doesn't have the minerals to do so because he made a spawning pool instead. That's unfortunate. He's like, oh, come on, be nice. Just send out another probe, dude. You're fine. I mean, drone. Teddybear's gonna deny this for a while. In the meantime, it's gonna take a very quick expansion mode. There we go again. Oh, Typhoonpro's not too happy about this. Teddybear's like, okay, I'll be nice. There you go. You can have your expansion. For anyone who's just tuning in, I just started like right off the bat. I'm only gonna cast one game. I'm gonna leave again. I have little time, but I really wanted to cast one game. I had this replay, so I wanted to cast it. And they're being very mannered to each other. Can I please expand there? You have to wait a little bit. How about now? Okay then. Yeah. So this is going to be Ride of the Valkyries. You have your natural base here. You have a little entrance here with 16 minerals each. You need 2 workers to clear that out. Then you have a mineral only third here. You have a really weird kind of a fourth here, which is it's a little bit risky to take because it's easy just to get sieged up on the high ground. But this one is safer when it comes to like you can like wall off here and here, although it's kind of weird. This is a weird map all in all, and you also have this middle base, which is kind of juicy, and it's also quite easy to take as long as you get some airplay going. So we'll see what happens. Typhoonpro is going to send out a couple of Zerglings. Teddybear's all over that. Oh, but Typhoonpro is going to send out a couple of drones as well. See, this is what I like about this map, and this is one way to negate the abusiveness of a complete wall-in in Starbow compared to Bird War, is to have little backdoors like this that can be abused. Like Destination can do the same thing. Although walling off in Destination in general is horribly difficult. Here comes the Cyber Core, here comes the Nexus, is already out. He's gonna have an idle probe here, and Teddybear's gonna go for that macro game. Oh yeah, he needs to be careful. He can't harvest 2 at the same time. Oh, it's gonna be fun. No, but the Zergling gets in! There's only 4 Zerglings though. They're gonna kill off this pylon, which should be easy peasy, but okay, first Zealot on the way, so these 4 were Zealots, Zerglings. Well, they could be Zealot Zerglings, you know, they're zealous Zerglings. That's hard to say. Everything's with a Z now. Oh, he's gonna split them up 2 and 2, try and pick up as many workers as possible, or a Nexus, but that's just ain't gonna happen. The Nexus, everything is a Z today. He's gonna try and pick up the gas workers, and he will not be able to take any one of them down, unfortunately. Ooh, but he gets the, okay, he got 1, but he lost 2 Zerglings, so I guess that's a nice little trade there. Oh, he's got another worker over here as well, it seems. Yeah, this sucker has a kill, so that's a worker. He doesn't want to take another round because this cannon will get in range. And no, what? Okay, I guess it's gonna be fine. In the meantime, Typhoonpro is setting up a 3rd base. He's getting speed for those Zerglings, and he's not gonna get any more tech at the moment. But he is floating a little bit. Maybe he should perhaps. Okay, yeah, there we go. He's putting out hydrogen. That helps. A couple of creep tumors. Teddy was like, okay, I'm not even gonna comment on that. Anyhow, Stargate incoming. So this is gonna pan out to be a fairly normal game. This is a fairly early hydrogen. It's not uncommon. Like it's not super early. But the point is that this could be like some hydro pressure off a 3 base, which is very common versus Protoss. So we'll see how Teddybear deals with this Hydrolist. We got the muscular arguments already coming. He's gonna get himself a Corsair, and this is a very good map for airplay, of course, seeing the very close air distances, but the rush distances on the ground too are also fairly close. So yeah, playing versus Zerg on this map can be tricky. I don't know though. Yes, I'm sure it can be tricky playing versus Zerg on this map, but you do have the really close rush distance, which usually favors Protoss. So I don't know. We'll see. But Teddybear is going to be very secure. Well, actually, this is coming to bite Teddybear a little bit, his complete wall off, because with a complete wall off, he's not going to get a scout off. He's not going to see when the Hydras are coming, so he's just going to have to randomly add cannons. He's even doing it before the Corsair hits. He's a little bit wary of something that could happen. Well, Teddybear, you made the map, so it's your fault. Anyhow, sorry, Teddybear was just showing up in chat because this is a replay. So he sees all the Hydralisks. He adds... Oh, these are the same cannons. He's not going to add any more cannons yet. We'll see if he adds even more. In the meantime, Typhoonpro is getting some Spore Crawlers as well as getting Hydralisks and almost supply blocked. No, actually supply blocked. But that is expected. When you have a couple of Corsairs, you should at least kill a couple of Overlords, and the Zerg should account for that. That's no biggie. One Corsair is more expensive than an Overlord anyway. We have... another queen coming out. How many queens? He has 3 queens already? Okay, wow, he's making... Oh, okay, it's complete now. He either stopped it or he completed. But he has 3 queens on 3 bases, which is fairly unusual in Starbow, actually. You don't inject that often. Well, you could, but even if you inject, like... Your inject must be at 100% perfect to stay low on energy with that many queens. But you can use them for other purposes. So here comes some Hydralists. He tried to test the front. Nothing could be done there. They're going to start chewing away at this backdoor pile. Oh, but the Dark Templar is already out. Very nice play from Teddybear there, actually, because he's clearing off all Overlords / Overseers with these Corsairs. That could be aggressive. Like, he's not going to be able to... This DT will not be able to put on any pressure in here because of the Spore Crawler, probably. But it will make sure that these early Hydra busts are going to be more difficult to pull off, that he's going to need to bring... He's going to not just bring an Overseer, but he's going to have to babysit an Overseer like crazy to bring that over. We already have 7 viewers, that's pretty cool. I was just kind of not improv casting, but it's just going to be this game, like I said, and it was just mostly for YouTube, but I might as well stream it. Ooh, but this DT is going to do some damage. We're going to have... Yeah, before this workload completes, but it's on its way. Typhoonpro knows that he could be coming. And the DT skedaddles. That's what DTs do when they run away. Look at them go. They have like I want to do some physiological tests here, like how do the DT actually... Well, just puts one leg in front of the other one. How boring is that? I like the Hydra ones though. They're like a snake on the ground, man. Look at that. It's so weird. Ooh, it's gonna lose a dropship. No, I mean it's a drop. Wow. Really weird dropship. Really aggressive. No, oh, don't lose those dropships, Teddybear. Okay, there we go. Saves them. Good, good. Hydralists are gonna move in. They're gonna probably deny this +1. Almost kills another dropship. But these... Are range not done yet? Or is it just... Yeah, range is done. He could get him in a good position there without getting hit from the photon cannon, I think. But he doesn't care. Because this is a very easy entrance. And he now has 2 Overseers. And I don't know if Teddybear can hold this. This is going to be hard. Okay, he has a lot of speed loss now. And yeah, this choke... Oh, this choke kind of working against Teddybear. Look at that. He's going to send him one at a time. He needs to kill the Overseers, make a DT. But... okay, so on the one hand... The Hydralists can't push in too far into the base because there's cannons and zealots in there. But on the other hand, the zealots can't really push the Hydras too far back because of this choke point. So they're kind of just stuck right here with these Hydras in the front. And it's going to be very difficult for Teddybear to get out of his base and do something useful now. We're going to have a couple of fake zealots. I'm your brother, what are you doing? Another cannon down here, I think that's pretty smart. He's going to need to get Storm. He's getting Storm. He's getting an Observatory. He's getting Dragoons. He's getting lots of Dragoons. I don't know if I agree with that. Dragoons ain't going to help that much in this situation, I think. Well, maybe for the high ground. Ooh, but he's going to lose all the Overlords. And now he's going to need to make some DTs. to chase this away. But I think he's going to be able to send a new Overseer before a DT can get made. If he actually thinks about sending over an Overseer, though, I don't know if he noticed that he lost his Overseers. In the meantime, here comes the Dragoons, but the Dragoons ain't going to do much. He needs to probes, add some, like, melee damage, and this is a huge early blow for Teddybear. Very nice attack there from Typhoonpro. This backdoor is not to be messed with, and there's even more Hydras just waiting there for the orders to go and attack Teddybear. So we'll see what happens. In the meanwhile, the DT's Teddybear could have sent them back and defended himself. They really have not that much use where they're standing right now. In the meantime, Burrow incoming for Typhoonpro. That might have been a misclick. I know a lot of Zerg players sometimes misclick that, but it might be intended. We'll see. We'll see. The thing about Burrow versus Protoss is that you don't really have any Protoss units that are super... Zerg units. Man, I can't talk today. You don't really have any Zerg units that really need to close line on Protoss. You know, like, the Zerglings you get really fast connected with the Zealots, you know, and they're both melee units. And even with Dragoons, like, it's very different versus Terran, where it's really hard for Zerglings to connect to Marines. And it's really hard for the Hydras and Zerglings to get close enough to, like, the siege tanks. So their Burrow can be really useful, but versus Protoss it's not really the same. You might be getting Tunneling Claws though, but I think the whole button was just a misclick. Spire incoming is going to get a good Mutalisks because are the Corsairs still alive? The Corsairs are dead. So he killed the Corsairs, he killed this Stargate, and then it's getting Mutalisks. That's really cool. Okay, there's been a new Stargate remade though, but no more Corsairs. He's going to make an Archon. Man, Teddybear just knows everything here. And, well, Archon's fairly normal to make though. Teddybear's going to try and take this third base. This is going to be really difficult to hold. He has Storm, but I don't think he has the energy. Now he has the energy, but he doesn't want to just throw down Storms. He wants to make sure the Hydras are clumped up, stand still for a second. Yeah, like, that is not the best Storm, really. You wanna treasure those Storms, especially when you only have 3 High Templars. Okay, 13 Mutalisks incoming. He's going to have 11 Mutalisks now. It's going to be a couple more soon. It's going to be 3 more. It's going to be 14 Mutalisks. He's sending them all out. He found them Mutalisks. And this is going to be so hard to hold. There's one Photon Cannon here. There's another one over here. There is one Photon Cannon here. That's good, but it's not going to last for long. He still has no Corsairs. He has an Archon somewhere. He has 2 Archons. He needs to bring those back as soon as he sees the Mutalisks attacking. He's going to Chrono Boost. No, he's not going to Chrono Boost the Photon Cannon. He has another one over here, but it's barely out of range for these Mutalisks. And the Mutalisks are killing a lot of probes. Oh, Chrono Boost the Photon Cannon. No, there's a lot of energy here, but he's not doing it. He's not bringing back the Archons either. Teddybear is very confused at this point on what he should do. He's making a ton of Stalkers. When he has okay, the Archons are coming back. Archons and Dragoons are coming back to defend. In the meantime, some Hydras are going to come here and try and kill this base, but they're only trickling. That's not going to help much. Oh, wow! That Artosis pylon. Okay, but I think these Mutalisks are going to get thwarted for now. Another Dragoon here. He can throw up a ton of pylons to try and save these gateways. But in the meantime, Typhoonpro has expanded yet again. And he's gonna do good. Hey, 69. I'm not gonna try and analyze your name too much because I know it's not gonna be pretty. But it's good to see you. I don't think I've seen you here before. Lurkers incoming. We got Viper Nest on the way, and Typhoonpro. I really like the Lurkers. Lurkers are gonna help a lot in this position, especially since, well, he's kind of forced his. He's kind of forced his opponent to make Dragoons, but he's chose to make Stalkers instead, which are not that good versus Lurkers. If he actually kept making Dragoons, they would be good versus both Mutas. Well, decent versus Mutas, but good versus Lurkers. Dragoons aren't really that good versus Mutalisks. You need a big group of them to make that work. In the meantime, Teddybear's going to try and sneak out an expansion. Either here or here, I'm not really sure, or not at all. He really needs to get this one saturated first. He could transfer some workers, but he's kind of down on workers in general. Like, when your Zerg opponent is up on workers and bases, that's pretty much a bad sign. If you look at the player cams, we see Typhoonpro is gonna get ready to move out with his army here. He's floating quite a bit of minerals, but it doesn't have too much gas. But he's making tons and tons of Zerglings. In the meantime, oh, okay, Teddybear is moving out at the same time, so they're gonna clash in the middle here. No, Typhoonpro is gonna back off a little bit. We got a DT moving out in front. He could try and take down some. Oh yeah, he's gonna do a lot of work over here, and oh, he barely misses the DT. Here we go. Now Typhoonpro is gonna try and engage to this, but the Protoss army is becoming quite effective. That's a very good start. Took a long time before those Hydras moved out, but here comes the Lurkers. He has to be so careful, losing a lot of Zealots here, and loses the High Templar. Typhoonpro in control, but this Dark Templar could do a lot if he actually targeted down the drones, but he's not doing it. Where is his focus that now. He's not focusing that DT whatsoever. He's focusing on many other things. That's unfortunate, because here comes all the Overseers and everything, and that Dark Templar has 10 kills, but is mostly Zerglings. Overall, we have 13 workers killed for Typhoonpro. Man, that creep spread is pretty decent. Pretty decent, it's pretty darn good. That's what it is. I need to make up my own words. It's pretty Ferjigal good. Look at that Ferjigal creep spread. Anyhow, we have observers incoming. Good, because that creep spread needs to be done something with. We have an Ultralisk Cavern as well, and a good amount of upgrades. Zerg has out-upgraded his opponent in everything except for range, but that's basically like everything. Like, Zerg is just in a good position, although he's down in supply actually. The army of Protoss is scary as ever. That's the thing, like, most engagements between Zerg and Protoss, Protoss gets ahead in army supply. This is just the dynamic of these races are. But then again, it's much harder for Protoss to take an expansion than it is for Zerg generally. Here comes the Mutalisk flock again. It's still a pretty big flock here, and there's only 2 Fountain Cannons, but there is a High Templar, but I don't know if he's going to notice on time. This is a normal speed though, so he has time to react. He wants to be careful and not to... Okay, that's not the best to start him, man. Just moved out of the storm just before it happened, so that was unfortunate. We're gonna have Teddybear's gonna transfer all the workers to these poor mineral patches. There's a couple of Dragoons here, but he can actually pick those off. And this can. He can pick off a lot of stuff here. Okay, Teddybear's just gonna counterattack. He's just gonna go for it, I think. There's a lot of lurkers here. Does he have observers? Yes, there is an observer here. He needs to attack these lurkers. He needs to get some storm off. And yeah, his army's a little bit too spread out now. He doesn't want. He wants to actually keep it together as a ball. I don't think I would ever say that, but that's true for PvZ, unfortunately. Okay, so the Mutalisks are gone. They're not gone though. There's still 10 Mutalisks somewhere. Okay, they're with the main army now. Teddybear's trying to find new avenues, going to new heights. He's at the top level though, because the lurkers have to come by. There we go. The lurkers have to reposition themselves. Okay, that's never really hitting the money storm. Teddybear is. There's always some decent storm. Okay, that's a good storm. And that's a good storm. Okay, as I'm saying that, man, the Cepheus curse is real, I guess. But that last storm on the Mutas did miss though, because of the flyer helper thingy. So still, Teddybear isn't advancing as much as he wants to, and he's actually down in supply now as well. And Typhoonpro is making a ton of Zerglings, and he's starting to make Ultralisks. No, he hasn't made any Ultralisks yet, but he's getting the upgrades for them. He wants to get the upgrades first and then make the Ultras later, which is probably smarter than what I do. When that Ultralisk count finishes, I just hit all the upgrades and I just make a ton of weak Ultralisks. And he's gonna lose the High Templar. He doesn't have... Only 3 cannons, 4 cannons here to defend that. Oh, had 74 energy, 1 energy left for a storm. And man, Typhoonpro is hitting a really good timing here now. Here comes this High Templar though, and it's so high on energy. Please use all your storm. You have 1 more. There we go. But he's kind of storming the same area twice though. But anyway, it doesn't really matter because the army of Teddybear is just too weak at the moment. There's no real zealots, no real Archons to take all the damage. It's just Dragoons and Stalkers. And that's not a good army versus what we have. But I just take back everything because Teddybear is doing just fine. What? Does he have the range upgrade for the Stalkers now? He does. Okay, that helps. 26 Zerglings incoming. They are Cracklings, I presume. No! Oh, big mistake from Typhoonpro. He has not upgraded Adrenal Glands. Unless I'm completely blind. No, I'm not. I'm not completely blind, at least. Meanwhile, though, Teddybear's going to try and take this expansion. Typhoonpro has taken this expansion. Not really saturated it yet, but Typhoonpro is sensing that there might be some more bases going up over here. No, he's missing the base, though. Oh, he keeps going in. And he's going to get these cannons just before they finish. It's very unfortunate for Teddybear. He's just going to lose this base. They're not Cracklings. Oh, but they're actually just focusing the Nexus. So these cannons at least are going to kill a lot of Zerglings if they're not going to save the Nexus. So this is actually kind of good for Teddybear because now, yeah, now he can just remake the Nexus and it's a lot safer. I think they could have killed the cannons just before they finished just fine. Facial incoming. Oh, thanks for all new viewers popping in here. It's like, it's always so good to see having lurkers making accounts and having... Whoa, whoa, what was going on there? Teddybear did not like that Stalker. Guess that was a move that was a little bit too close to the ball. The one thing the Protoss player had to worry about. I'll be nice. Typhoonpro is getting this base. Man, they're just attacking each other right as bases are being constructed. In the meantime, though, there's a big old army from Typhoonpro, and I think he's just gonna sack these bases and just go for a counterattack. Yeah, I think it's a good idea actually at this point because Teddybear is so reliant on these bases, and Typhoonpro with his bank doesn't really need these 2 bases right now. Oh, Teddybear needs a storm. Okay, there we go. Not the best storms. Well, they're good. They hit a good place, but they're both on top of each other. That storm was excellent, forcing them into the choke and then storming. But there's no more storm left. There's only a couple of fountain cannons. They are going to go down super fast. The lurker could get in there and kill a lot of workers as well. Here comes one more High Templar. Not enough storm. A couple more fountain cannons, and the Nexus goes down. In the meantime, though, this base is going to go down incredibly fast as well. I'm surprised it hasn't died yet, actually. I thought Teddybear was already killing that one. Oh, 69. You don't need Heart of the Swarm to play Starbow. You just need a starter edition. It's on the arcade. It's free to play. The only problem with the free to play version of StarCraft 2 is that you can't chat in the chat rooms, but you can chat in the Arrows client that we have and find opponents there. And you can private chat in StarCraft 2 once you find a person to play with. So it works fairly well. It's a little bit inconvenient, but not too much. An inconvenient arcade. Anyhow, so Teddybear lost this base. He's not going to care about that too much. He's going to try and just transfer everything over here instead and move the battles over there, which is a little bit difficult for him because basically this gives Teddybear many points of defense, but he really needs the gas, so it's a good base to have. Okay, but the DTs could just wreck this army. There's no detection error. I don't know why he doesn't do that. He had a couple of DTs just sitting there, and this is a lot of Ultralisks. They're all getting mad. This is a big fat army from Typhoonpro. And there's the DTs needs to get in there and do some damage close on these Ultralisks, but they're not. They're just chilling in the back. Lazy DTs. Very nice attack there. Very nice defense there, I mean, there from Teddybear. And I meant that. I didn't mean a nice attack because, yeah, these DTs are going to wreck up everything. And, Typhoonpro is going to lose all the Ultralisks at this point. But, man, Zerglings are going to come on around from this side. Oh, they just come as Ultralisks are dead, though. So now Teddybear can focus his efforts over here instead. Where's the other DT? There was another one. And he cannot have... He might have died in the splash damage or may have become an Archon. But Teddybear is actually stabilizing now. This is incredible. I thought Typhoonpro would have killed his opponent by now for sure. But, and he could try and take this base as well, but it's going to be really hard for Teddybear to stay into this game. He only has one mining base. Well, in the meantime, though, Typhoonpro has this base. He has half of this base, and that's it. So, it's not that, like, Typhoonpro is ahead, but I thought it was more. Let's just put it that way. And he keeps... Oh, this DT's going to die. No, it's a lucky one. From Shakuros. Isn't Shakuros the name of the DT planet in Brood War? I'm trying to remember. Anyhow, Typhoonpro is just gonna mop up this. There's no bases. Oh, there's a little bit of production. Teddybear moves in. Typhoonpro is a little bit scared, which he should be because this is a very small force, to be honest. He's making more Zerglings. Does he still have Adrenal Glands? Now he has Adrenal Glands. Okay, good, good. Oh, interesting Guardians. I didn't even notice that. Well, he had some Mutalisks. He might as well morph them. Guardians are quite rare to see versus Protoss. Actually, versus anything. There are some players, though, 69, that are not too strong that you could try and play versus. I wish we had more casual players, to be honest. But most casual players who tried Starbow didn't. They just, like... Okay, I'm going to talk about this later, because right now, we have a lot of units coming in from Typhoonpro, and this is going to be really hard to hold from Teddybear. And right now, the Guardians are working really well, because there's really no range for Teddybear. Okay, that's a good storm, though, but they're missing. They should be... Flyer helpers should be over there, but man, Teddybear is cleaning it up yet again, and Typhoonpro is thrown back into having to be defensive again. What I was going to say, though, is that when we had the Starbow ladder starting out, the system didn't really work that well in that you couldn't restrict your search to not play against really good players, and there was a lot of really good players playing. Like there was like Axiom Crank and stuff playing, right? So you had like this lower ranked players trying to play Starbow, and they always got like paired up with really good players, and they just got frustrated and left. And now we do have the system working properly, where you can set your search settings to exclude, like, so you only get play versus people your own rank. But that, of course, depends that you actually have a rank first, though. So at the beginning, you're going to meet random people. But my point is that I wish a lot of those casual players would come back and try it now, because now they actually would find people their own rank, and we'd have a bigger casual player base. Anyhow, Zergling run by us versus Teddybear. Now, I don't think they're going to do much because they're on A move and they're just going to go straight to the cans. No, he's going to go past, he's going to get into the base. If you can pick off these High Templars, that's a nice little pickup for the Typhoonpro. There is one Photon Cannon here, though, that should be fine. In the meantime, though, wow, Teddybear is making, I'm not going to say a comeback, but he's clinging on. Meanwhile, though, Typhoonpro has gotten this base up. And he's rallying units to really weird places. That is a good comment. That's all I gotta say to that comment. Okay, so Typhoonpro's gonna lose his base yet again. I don't know. There's a lot of ultras, a lot of Zerglings incoming, but Archons, man, they do really well versus both of them. Maybe not that good versus ultras, but man, that's a lot of army from Typhoonpro. And Teddybear's gonna rift off 2 of the Archons. That's really. Oh, did he lose one of those Archons? He did lose one of the Archons. Man, that's unfortunate. He's got a couple of observers there, but look at this army from Typhoonpro marching towards the base area. Oh, but Teddybear has 2 Reavers here, and a lot of cannons, and a High Templar. This is going to be so hard to break. Here we go. Here comes the march of the Zerglings and the Ultralisks. Can they deal with the Reavers? Okay, the Reavers are shooting Zerglings instead of Ultralisks. That's not too good. So 1 storm goes down. It's a decent storm. He has enough for another storm, but he's not using it. And 1 Reaver goes down, another one goes down. And man, Typhoonpro surrounding from all sides. That wasn't even close. That was a slaughter. And Teddybear is dead. Like, there's nothing he can do from this point. He loses the Reavers. It's such an expensive unit. He's gonna... Oh, I hope this one does not finish. No, it doesn't. Good, or else it would have just died right away. We have a DT again. That can be annoying, but it can just do so much. It's like having 1 Void Ray versus 30 Roaches. It's like, yes, it's gonna kill a Roach now and then, but it's not really gonna stop the push. And, man, I think this is it for Teddybear. I think Typhoonpro has this game. It's been very interesting, a lot of back and forth, a lot of almost comebacks from Teddybear. But that first attack, man, where he got those Zerglings in, and actually the Hydra attack too, was really good. And that's it. GG. Teddybear leaves the game, and Typhoonpro